The hardest part about forgiveness isn't the situation itself, it's the thoughts that come after, the questioning, the guilt, the shame. What if forgiveness doesn't begin with the situation at all, but with forgiving your own thoughts? This is what we are going to talk about in the second part of this series on forgiveness. As you listen, there's nothing you need to do. Just listen and allow your beliefs to shift naturally. The thoughts like, why? Why did I do this? Why don't I understand? Why am I not able to stop myself from doing certain things? Why do I have this habit? All of these thoughts make it difficult to forgive, whether you're forgiving yourself or forgiving someone else. The same thoughts appear in both cases. Now, these thoughts show you exactly what needs to be replaced if you want to reach forgiveness faster. The moment you start observing these thoughts, that's when the time gap between what happens and forgiveness begins to shorten. Something happens, thoughts arise, and forgiveness usually comes later. But once you become aware of the thoughts, that gap reduces. Awareness itself brings you closer to forgiveness. So simply look at your own thoughts, watch them, become a watchman of your own mind, and notice, what am I thinking right now? If we want to be forgiving, then we must first forgive our own thoughts. You have to begin forgiving the thoughts that come into your mind after you make a mistake. The thoughts that lead to guilt, pressure, regret, shame. You already know which thoughts delay forgiveness. These thoughts slow down the process. And now you are aware of them. But because forgiveness is the goal, you must first forgive yourself for creating those thoughts. Be forgiving towards everything you are becoming aware of. With awareness comes forgiveness. Forgiveness takes a lot of love, and you will notice that love begin to show up naturally. You already know how to forgive instantly in other situations, so that same instant forgiveness will eventually come to these situations too, the ones that currently feel difficult. But before that, forgiveness will demand a lot of love from you. You have to be understanding, loving, affectionate, compassionate towards everything you think you are doing wrong. This includes the thoughts that arise in those moments, because those thoughts will come. You will question, why did I do that? Why did this happen because of me? Why did they do this? Why don't they understand when I keep telling them? Why don't I understand myself when I keep telling myself? With awareness, you will notice these thoughts coming into your mind. Now, do not criticize yourself for them. Instead, forgive. This is the first step. Forgiving yourself for even creating such thoughts. You know these thoughts are not helpful, but you forgive yourself anyway. This might not come easily at first. You will need to generate a lot of love before you can forgive yourself fully. But once that love is created, it becomes much simpler. Eventually, forgiveness becomes instant, but we take it step by step. You will need to bring out a lot of love and compassion for yourself. You will forgive yourself for thinking those thoughts first. As you do this, you will notice patience arising, compassion arising, love becoming visible in your experience. You will feel it. And now that you have forgiven yourself for your thoughts, the next step is forgiving yourself for what actually happened. At this stage, you have to explain it to yourself like a child. You have to become your own mother. Explain it gently, simply, kindly, why it's okay. You might use humor. You might use spiritual understanding. You might use compassion. You might even use simplicity. It's fine because it's fine. Whatever works for you. You explain it to yourself quickly, lovingly. One moment of understanding is enough. Once forgiveness clicks, it becomes instant. Because you already have the intention to forgive yourself, something will arise in your mind that helps you forgive. Love, compassion, wisdom, a story, a belief, or even a single thought. Just one thought is enough. That thought makes forgiveness easy. So first, you forgive yourself for the wrong thoughts. Then, through that forgiveness, a new thought arises. One that forgives you for the situation itself. And that's how forgiveness completes itself. Do you see that cycle? A situation happens, negative thoughts might arise. You forgive yourself for those thoughts. A new understanding appears, and that understanding allows you to forgive yourself for what happened. That's the full cycle, step by step. Now a question arises. Why forgive yourself at all? If you keep forgiving yourself for every mistake, won't you become careless, rebellious, or irresponsible? Forgiveness doesn't begin by changing what happened. It begins by changing how you treat your own mind. In the next video, we'll answer the biggest fear around forgiveness. If I forgive myself, will I stop learning or repeating the same mistakes? Until then, practice the complete cycle of forgiveness. Do everything that you want to do. And in case a mistake happens, forgive. The wrong thoughts if they arise, and then forgive the situation itself. Forgive yourself for that situation that happened. Practice. Make it a part of your life. I'll see you in the next video.